A serious accusation has resurfaced against New York Attorney General Letitia James. The accuser, Angel DuBose, once worked for James as an outreach coordinator. DuBose claims that at a 2014 office Christmas party, she was drugged, kidnapped, and sexually assaulted in a ritualistic manner by James, her chief of staff Ibrahim Khan, and others. These allegations, though old, have no statute of limitations and threaten James's career. DuBose specifically accuses Khan of drugging her drink and implicates other staff in either participating or covering up the incident. Letitia James has always denied the claims, calling them outright lies. The case is a high-stakes battle of credibility between a former staffer and one of New York's most powerful officials. The details of that night, the aftermath, and the official responses are crucial to understanding the gravity of the situation. Media coverage has been inconsistent, with reports disappearing and resurfacing over the years. The complexity of the case involves multiple agencies and reputations on the line. As we dig deeper, the seriousness of the claims and the stakes for all involved become clear. According to DuBose, the nightmare began at Woodrow's Bar and Grill during the office holiday party. She alleges Ibrahim Khan handed her a drugged drink, leaving her disoriented. DuBose claims she was then forced into Letitia James's official car, where James was present and asked, "Is she out?" She says she was taken to an apartment where a group, led by a so-called priestess, assaulted her in a ritualistic manner. DuBose describes being semi-conscious, unable to resist or fully comprehend the events. Afterward, she says she was abandoned on the street in the cold, left to hail a cab home alone. Her account directly contradicts co-workers' later claims that she was safely put in a cab. This discrepancy is central to her belief that there was an organized cover-up. The details she provides are disturbing and point to a planned, coordinated assault. DuBose insists her memory of the night is clear, despite attempts to discredit her. The alleged events, if true, represent a shocking abuse of power. The story's credibility hinges on these conflicting accounts. In the aftermath, DuBose says she faced denial and gaslighting from colleagues. Staff, including assistant Sarah Venezuela, insisted she was simply drunk and had been put in a cab, contradicted by cab records. DuBose alleges co-workers tried to blame her confusion on trauma from her mother's death, though her mother had died decades earlier. She saw this as an attempt to undermine her credibility. Determined, DuBose filed a detailed EEO complaint, but claims it was altered by senior aides before being sent to the Department of Investigation. The shortened complaint omitted key details, and the investigation was closed in just 4 days. DuBose also went to the police, but says her statement was edited to remove Letitia James's name. The case was passed to the Manhattan DA's office, but she claims the focus shifted away from James. These actions left DuBose feeling the system was stacked against her. Her pursuit of justice was met with institutional resistance at every turn. The Manhattan DA's office ultimately declined to prosecute, citing DuBose's inability to say stop during the alleged assault, despite her claim of being drugged and incapacitated. DuBose says none of the accused or witnesses were interviewed. The investigation's lack of depth left her feeling dismissed by authorities. Letitia James's office has always denied the allegations, calling them baseless. Anna Brower, James's spokesperson, publicly stated the claims were an outright lie. The official stance has never changed, and the office has not addressed DuBose's specific accusations. Media coverage has been inconsistent. A New York Post article on the case was removed in 2022, fueling speculation. Around the same time, the New York Times reported on other misconduct allegations against Khan. The disappearance of coverage has raised questions about media and political influence. The lack of transparency and follow-through has only deepened public suspicion. The case remains unresolved, with both sides entrenched. In 2025, DuBose's story has resurfaced, amplified by new reporting and social media attention. Journalist Frank Parlato's articles and high-profile figures like Donald Trump have brought the case back into the spotlight. There are growing calls for an independent investigation, with some urging the FBI to step in. Letitia James now faces scrutiny on multiple fronts, including a separate potential FBI probe for mortgage fraud. DuBose has launched a GoFundMe to support legal action and advocacy. She believes the system failed her and is determined to see a real investigation. The allegations threaten James's reputation and career as New York's top law enforcement official. The case raises questions about power, accountability, and equal justice. As the story unfolds, it tests public trust in the institutions meant to protect them. The outcome will shape the future for both DuBose and James, and could have far-reaching consequences.